Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Alright, here we go. Gonna fight the Death Knight today with our three-man army. We're in Chapter 18, so we've got 4 fights left in this game. I think 2 against the Empire, a third one, and then a final one.
The Alliance predicts the Empire will continue to fortify its defenses at Fort Mercius. Knowing this risk, Claude and a select few advance, hoping to gain entry to the fort through deception. Alright, map. We're in the bottom right corner. Yeah, I remember this not being the easiest level. Well, the easiest path to get to the Death Knight is to go over here and then straight up. Unfortunately, these walkways are wide enough for the monsters to run around. Let's see here. We need to get rid of those any archers that are immediate threat, like this guy. And this guy. So there's 2 archers that are immediate threats that I gotta deal with. Oh gosh, Clyde's in the back. Okay, I guess that means that I gotta leave Clyde by himself to start. That's interesting. Huh. Let's do that instead. I think I already took care of everyone's inventory last episode. Yep. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, sure. Here we go.
General, reinforcements have arrived from the capital. They clashed with Alliance forces in the outskirts of the city, but should enter the fortress soon.
You let them in? Make haste and slaughter them all!
Huh? Why?
They are enemies. Slaughter them all. I will not say it again.
We made it in. Professor, take control from the south. I have my own task to do from here. There are preparations to be made for our secret plan.
Alrighty. The army from his homeland.
I see your skills haven't dulled yet, kiddo.
What did you expect? Everyone, listen up! From now on, the Almiran forces will be fighting by our side. We'll work as one, and we will bring down that fort together!
Haha.
An impregnable fortress is a wide-open prairie once you get inside. From here, we'll attack from the north and south at once.
No different than a prairie, you say? You've got a strange head on your shoulders, kiddo.
For Nadir the Undefeated, this should be as easy as a walk in a meadow, right?
Ha.
Ha! Well, goddess or death god or whoever they may be, let's crush them to dust.
Okay. Well, I don't have enough to do that, so that's going to be a no. Alright, let's mark all the long-range weaponry here, as well as any key characters. So almost everywhere is a threat then. Alright, well, let's start by taking out this guy. Alright, no threat of that guy anymore.
The weak fall, the strong live.
Alright, good start.
What's my strategy?
Guide me well.
We have to hope he can dodge, because we might be able to go after that archer next turn.
It won't be in vain.
I didn't mean to skip it. I was trying to... You know what? We're going to stay on this screen because
Not
we're having
like
issues
this.
with my capture card again. I don't know why. It needs like a reset every once in a while. Good old El Gato. Only 7 damage, so yeah.
So close.
Yeah, we're going to have to win this quick before the reinforcements become a big problem. Alrighty, alrighty. Where to move Claude? I guess I'll leave him here for the time being until we get rid of that archer. Alright, alright.
That's a big help.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, my dog is acting weird. Rudy, what are you doing? And now he's looking at me like, I'm sorry, I didn't know I was in trouble. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. You're just acting a little odd, so I was just wondering what was up. You're good.
Now both my dogs are staring at me, even though I only said one name. Very silly. Alright, take out that archer. There we go.
I can.
And that'll make it a much safer trip. Claude.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Alrighty.
Don't try me.
Now, my Iron Soldiers, for the most part, doing pretty well. Alright. Alright, alright.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Oh,
Alright, there's one knight out of my way here. If I was over there, that could actually be pretty darn big. Okay, so that would leave him with 22 left. Can Seth get by him? We get 20, but not 22, huh? Because we could do that, getting him down to 35. Real shame. Real close to being able to do what I want to do there. Alright, critical hit coming.
We're all desperate, aren't we?
Fine work.
The time is ripe.
Report! The Death Knight is moving. It looks like they're abandoning the fortress and making an escape.
We need to put an end to this here and now. Come on, let's circle around and cut off his retreat.
I mean, I was gonna say he's on a horse, so I'm having a hard time catching up to him.
Another victory.
All right, all right. All right, all right.
Hey, how long's it been? 5 years? Who'd have thought you'd end up an Imperial General?
So, you wish to die?
As antisocial and unhinged as ever, I see.
Pull out all the stops.
Sorry about that.
We've got some damage on the Death Knight at least now. We can keep up. We might be able to take him out with Claude's next attack.
I'm grateful.
Alrighty, alrighty. Well, these soldiers will distract the monster at least, it looks like. Is the least I could do is
This
level
could
up
turn
some.
the tides. There is.
Good time for a secret scheme.
Come on, hit again, hit again. Alright, the next one will beat him if they don't heal anything. Alright, alright. That was actually a big help that they took that one out.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Another victory.
What the? That was weird.
If you desire to slay me, follow. The appointed hour is at hand.
Nice job, Claude, taking down the Death Knight.
The weak fall, the strong live. He's hiding something. It's annoying to do what he's telling us to, but we don't really have a choice. After him.
All right, we won in 7 turns. Somehow, our 3-man army is getting the job done.
It is coming. Leave now, or all of you will die.
Yeah, cool. Out of respect, since we beat him, he's like, oh yeah, look out.
Run! We have to evacuate immediately!
What just happened here? The fort. It's just gone.
Good thing we got out. All right. On to chapter 19. We got 3 fights left.
Hey, kiddo, what was with that javelin of light?
Javelin of light. Well, that describes it pretty well. The fortress was supposedly impregnable, but look at it now. It's hard to imagine that the Empire would do something like that. But if not them, then who? And for what purpose? If they wanted to kill us, then why wait until now to use it?
We almost died just now, and without an answer to any of that. Speaking of unanswered questions, why is Nardell here? Care to explain? I get the feeling there's something you two are keeping from us.
I'll go ahead and see my subordinates off to Elmira, kiddo.
Wait, Nader! Are you really just gonna leave me here and run away?
I hope to see you again, Judith. And you too, Professor. I'll be praying for your safety.
Nader, are you saying that Nardell is actually Nader the Unstoppable?
It's actually Nader the Undefeated. Almirans love grand titles.
I knew he was no ordinary person, but to think he was the great hero of Elmira.
Hey, can we really afford to be chatting right now? If another one of those javelins of light falls, we're all dead.
Right you are. Come on, everyone. Let's hurry up and get out of here.
Hey, Claude, can you explain something? How is it that you know that guy from Elmira?
Well, he did quite a bit for me when I was younger.
Okay, but there aren't many opportunities to meet someone from Elmira.
If that's what you believe, it's only because that's what you've been led to believe. There's a big, wide world outside of Fodlan, and it's overflowing with different places and cultures. You think interacting with outsiders is odd, but isn't avoiding contact with the outside world far more unnatural?
Maybe, but...
It's true that there's a history of hostility, but why should that mean we're doomed to remain hostile forever? The Elmirans aren't monsters. You saw it for yourself, didn't you? If you just give them a chance, you'll see that they're people. Right, Teach? What did you think when you met Nadir? I'll tell him you said that. And I'm sure that if all of you got to know him, all of your preconceived notions would change too. I know you guys, and you aren't the type of people to reject someone without trying to get to know them.
But how did those Almirans even get past Fodlin's throat? I doubt my brother would just let them pass without saying anything.
Yeah, about that. I actually made sure your brother met Nadir in advance.
Oh, so that's why you were so interested in my brother. But wait, they're supposed to be bitter enemies. They've fought each other several times before.
I know, it was a big gamble. But rather than having me try to convince them myself, I knew it would be easier to just have them meet. They were taken aback at first, but sure enough, they hit it off. They were even drinking to their newfound brotherhood before parting.
It makes sense. If you take the greatest heroes away from the battlefield, of course they'll get along.
Fighting one minute and drinking together the next? Men are so weird.
Ultimately, someone's bloodline has nothing to do with the friendships they forge. Relations between the Alliance and Elmira is a matter we'll tackle in the future. Still, I want to take this opportunity to make one thing clear. After we defeat the Empire, I intend to tear down the walls that separate Fodlan from the outside world. I want to let people and goods come and go freely, and in doing so, eradicate prejudices about the outside world. In any case, I'm prepared for the inevitable protests and criticism. New ways of doing things are always met with resistance. During our time at the Officers' Academy, all of you overcame the barriers of birthplace, status, and ideology. Having gone through so much with all of you, I have no doubt that, in time, you'll understand.
I guess there were a lot of different people there. People we wouldn't have met through the normal course of our lives.
Duscur once opposed the kingdom, but there was someone from Duscur there. Brigid once invaded the Empire, but the Brigid princess was there. We ate at the same table as those people. Sure, sometimes we didn't get along, but other times we helped each other out. Can we really draw a definitive line in the sand and say one group of people is all good and another all bad? If I can realize my dream, Fodlan will be reborn. The old age will end, and we'll welcome a new dawn.
I think everyone understands what you're saying. It just may take some time to accept it. That said, there are more pressing matters to discuss. Our next step is to invade the Imperial capital, right?
That's right. I'm sure Edelguard is eagerly awaiting our arrival in Enbar. Reinforcements from the Alliance Lords should arrive soon. Let's make sure we're ready to greet them.
All right, 3 fights to go. This might be my greatest triumph in this game if I somehow make it through these 3 fights with my 3-man army.
Part 2.
The last 2 are going to be nightmarish.
The chaos.
We'll see if we can survive this one.
Claude's plan to call in all Myran forces succeeds, and the Alliance army captures Fort Mercius. Before they can celebrate their victory, javelins of light rain down from the sky and destroy the fort.
Just getting in our
temporarily evacuate. The Alliance
My
army
one from the
regroups at
previous
Garrett
video
Mine
is now
until
empty,
it is
pretty
ready
much.
to march on Enbar, the Imperial capital.
Correction, it's empty now. So, need a new one. That one tastes a little different. Maybe the carbonation's not right or something.
It's almost time to invade the Imperial capital. We still don't know where Rhea is, but if she's alive, she's likely in Enbar. Hopefully we manage to find her without too much trouble. If the Empire has some reason to keep Rhea alive, then she's alive. I'm sure you must be anxious to see her again. Well, if that's what you want, I'll do my best to make it happen. But we're going up against Edelguard here. It won't be so simple.
Gotta rest so I can use the sword properly.
Natural. Natural. That was.
See if we can please get you
Natural.
to change classes, that'd be amazing.
Some things you... Let's do...
All right, all right.
Shouldn't be...
Let us look at our...
So close. So close to the axe leveling up. Alright, the sword is fully charged.
I am not
Natural. It seems
Alright,
my...
we got him to level up on the axe at least.
Not... That?
Right. Surely that boosted him from 29% chance to 30, right?
We did okay.
Alright. First things first. Can I buy more master seals? I can. That's actually very, very good. That way if we fail, we can buy another one. $49%, pretty good actually. Basically a 50-50. Come on, Seth.
unbelievable.
Didn't make it this time. Okay. Marketplace. We'll get our chance here after this, at the end of this next week. Try to get flying leveled up as well here. Alrighty.
We completed our task without incident.
So close.
All right, one more chance to get that certification here. Dang it.
Unbelievable.
All right. Actually, what's the dark seal we have? What's it allow us to do? Let me rephrase that. I'm sure that we can. It's like there's some that need like a dark seal. I guess. Trying to remember exactly how that works. I might want to use that energy drop for somebody. Okay. Anyway, dark seal. Okay. Here we go. So I can try one more time here, it looks like. Come on, Sedith. Yes!
I passed.
That
as
was it.
expected.
Alright, so Sedith will be stronger moving forward. That's big. Very big. Let's go. Gonna fight Edelguard.
After making preparations at Garreg Mach, the Alliance army marches to Enbar, the Imperial capital. In response to the Alliance's movements, Emperor Edelguard orders her trusted retainer, Hubert, as well as the Death Knight, to the front lines to meet the Alliance army head-on. The two forces clash in the city streets.
There it is. Enbar. The Imperial capital and the largest city in all of Fodlan.
It's not just big. This city was designed to protect the castle where the Emperor lives. It's as though the city itself is a massive stronghold.
They surely noticed us approaching some time ago, yet.
It doesn't look like the citizens are being evacuated. It's possible they're being kept in town.
I've got to hand it to Her Imperial Majesty. Using her citizens as a shield to protect the castle takes some resolve.
There are also reports indicating that Imperial troops who were deployed to other areas are being called back here. If we don't conquer the city quickly, things will get complicated fast.
We can't search until we conquer the city. Let's focus on the fight for now.
We've kept the Empire waiting long enough. Onward!
Alright, three-man army, here we go. I never stopped to check to see if I can put Sedith in a different outfit. If I can think to do that after this fight, assuming I make it through this fight, I gotta check that. Be funny if I could dress him up like a golden deer, like Claude and I. So there's the Death Knight. Back there is Hubert. My guess is it's beat Hubert. Defeat all enemy commanders. Okay, so we gotta fight both of them then. Well, he's just right here, so that won't be so hard. Possibly. The hard part is gonna be getting to Hubert. Are there any, what's the archer situation look like? We got one here on the left. Is that it? Second one on the right that's in one of those contraptions. That's it. Okay. That's actually not so bad. We'll keep Seth close by so he can use the convoy to get a concoction out. Second turn. Alright, here we go.
We were told Hubert would be leading the enemy forces, but the Death Knight's also with them. We'll have to take care of both of them, but we won't have time to mop up all the enemy units. We'll have to split up and take them on at the same time, or risk being overrun by their reinforcements.
My Elgato may have messed up there. It made a noise like it messed up, so we'll see here in a second. I'm going to sync and see if we're in sync still.
The Crest of Flames banner. There, on the other side of the canal.
Uninvited guests, I see. Let's ensure they receive a warm welcome. Ready the artillery. Prepare to attack. Rocks, arrows, magic. Rain death upon the enemy until they are silent as the grave. Reinforcements will fly in shortly. Defend the heavy weapons until they arrive.
What's that one the brawler's standing on? Weird. Okay. So, and then this guy over here.
Guide me well.
At the ready.
What's my strategy?
To try and not die. Yep, draw your attention to me. Leave my two flyers alone.
All is going to plan.
It's over.
It won't be in vain.
Level 40.
There is...
Alrighty.
destiny unfurls.
Nice job, nice job. It missed me, perfect.
Watch and learn.
Yeah, of course I missed when it was a 70% chance. All right, nice job, Claude.
Our first
There's
wave
those
of reinforcements
reinforcements.
is here. It will not be long until the next.
Reinforcements? That was quick. We can't hang around or they'll just keep coming. We'll have to capture the artillery. We can turn them against their reinforcements.
All right, hang in there.
I won't fail you. Behold our strategy.
Come on,
All right, Gambit.
Lament your weakness.
There we go. All right, there we go.
More battles mean.
So that thing's out of the way.
So close.
Lucky there. Hmm.
You got yourself killed.
To say, for starters, let's get that one out of here.
Apologies.
What would Seth's attack look like against him? Not great. We get 6, 11 from me, so that would be, if you count me in there, so that'd be 45. I don't think we can get 45 out of Claude in one turn.
We have reinforcements coming in from another direction. Deploy...
I would give him a 25. What's the most that I would do with my attack? 26 if I was lucky. And what about Seth again? $30.
I have no need of you.
We missed, of course. Wait. Did we miss or did we hit him? I guess we missed. He only attacked me once instead of twice. That's what confused me. Alright, we got that hit.
It's a bad time to die.
We're having to ask for this to hit twice in a row.
I've been waiting for
Or to be a crit once. Come on, crit him. Yes, we're gonna beat him.
To kill, to die, to know one without the other would be maddening.
There is...
Now the problem is, can we survive?
Okay. Just Hubert left to deal with.
Can we survive these two monsters have a chance?
We need more troops.
Okay, thank goodness it went for Seth. Can the R1 go for Seth also? Holy cow, we actually are like alive still for the moment.
I may not survive.
Alright, concoction. Concoction. Another round of concoctions, we should be okay, I think.
I must pull through. Guide me well. I'm hurt, but I'm with you.
Okay.
What's my strategy? Thanks for that. At the ready.
Convoy, we need healing items. Convoy again, healing items. Ironically, we go in the bush to hide, and that's when it hits us. It's kind of funny. Alright, this next turn we should be able to take out that dragon. Alrighty. Level 41 for Claude.
The weak.
Alright, there we go. Got a health bar gone, and it wasn't even our turn. Alright, there's another health bar.
Haven't. This could turn the
Alright, there we go. That thing is defeated.
Hey, look at you.
This guy out. There we go. Alright, heal up Seth. That was weird because he can get. Oh, that's because it was me. I'm stupid. I was thinking I was Claude.
Much obliged. Too easy.
Alrighty.
Piece of cake.
There we go. Take this person out.
I fought and won. Fine work.
Iron Lance.
Destiny
Alrighty.
unfurls.
I should have disposed of you a long time ago. I will rectify that failure here. Watch and learn.
2 damage. We only did 4 there.
So close.
Four up.
All is going to plan.
Alright, level 42.
Now.
80% chance we one-shot. Got him. Alright. He does a lot of damage if he hits me.
That is all. Haven't.
Alright, Setteth with another victory there. Alright, take that person out.
Now's our chance.
Alright, 80% chance of one-shot. We got him.
No hesitation.
I must lead them well.
That's not good for us that we got hurt there, because now if he hits us, we're dead. He didn't attack us. Interesting. Not complaining, just saying it's interesting.
I fought and won.
Alright, alright.
Sorry.
Alright, we've healed Claude.
It's over,
86% chance we
Your
win
military
here.
rule is at its end.
For every step you take along that path, our thorns will cut into your heels.
Ooh, that sounds painful. I'll have to wear thicker soles for the march.
If your boots are too heavy, you won't be able to lift your feet. But enough prattle.
Strategy in motion.
Critical hit, so we got him for sure.
We must place our faith in Her Majesty. Her victory is everything.
Alright, and Claude leveling up too at the end of that.
Well done, everyone. Now we can break through into Anbar. We need to hurry up and attack the palace to block Edelguard's movements.
Alright. I feel like what I read on Google might have been wrong. It said 21 chapters. It might be 22.
We've made it this far. Somehow. Edelguard is probably looking down on us from somewhere in that castle. From this point on, she'll be giving it her all too. Expect her to be tougher than the last time we fought. This battle will settle things once and for all. We'll attack as soon as everyone is ready. Huh? Is that you, Dedu?
I heard the Alliance's army had entered the city. I've been searching for you ever since. I am waiting for a chance to kill Edelgard. I have not yet been blessed with the opportunity.
Well, if you want to fight alongside us, we'd be more than happy to have you.
We fight for different objectives. I swore to offer Edelgard's head to His Highness. But, should I fail, I will have no choice but to entrust that mission to you. This is the information I have gathered during my time in hiding here. It includes details about the inside of the castle.
I appreciate this, but what do you plan to do? Don't tell me you plan to go alone.
I've done what I came here to do. Farewell.
Hey! Wait! He's gone. He's just as hard to understand as his liege was. The time has finally come, my friend. Once we win this fight, the Empire will fall. The subject is heavy on my mind. Odd as it sounds, I believe the forces responsible for destroying Fodlan are also responsible for protecting the livelihood of its citizens. Everything, even the land itself, has been harmed by the chaos of war. Restoring it will be no easy feat. To do that, the first thing we need to think about is a new ruling system for all of Fodlan. No, I don't think that would work. The western half of the continent has little connection to the Alliance. Any attempt to force dominion on them would breed rebellion. The world would slide back into war once again. Even if the Alliance lords and any remaining influential nobles were to divide up dominion of all of Fodlan, they would simply pursue their own interests. Another war would be inevitable. That's why there needs to be a powerful ruler who stands above them all and unifies Fodlan as one nation. If it means I can lead Fodlan to a better future, I wouldn't mind that at all. My dreams await in a future where Fodlan is no longer ravaged by war. There are things I want to see with you someday. I'll keep thinking about the best way to achieve that goal. Whatever we decide to do, we can't do it until we defeat the Empire. Fodlan can't welcome a new dawn until we win the war. Let's prepare as best we can.
Well said. Yeah, that Google search I did must have been wrong. I felt like it would be, too.
Part 2. Verdant Wind. Garland Moon. Conclusion of the Crossing Roads. On the streets of the imperial capital, Alliance forces crush Edelguard's army and take up the perimeter of the Imperial Palace. The time has come to face Emperor Edelguard and to free Rhea from her clutches.
$22, okay. 21 was if you go the church route. 18 if you're the red team.
Is everyone ready?
I couldn't tell if it was 21 or 22 for blue, but 22 for us. So, 3 more fights. This one and 2 others, and we're done.
The objective of this battle is to defeat Edelguard.
But they're going to get harder
Rhea.
as we go here. The last 2 are nightmarish. I remember
According
that.
to the information Dedu gave us, the throne room is directly north of the castle's main entrance. It's safe to assume that's where Edelguard is.
We'll try to wrap up beating Edelguard here, and then we'll do the other 2 another video.
She's a fellow student to all of us. If there's a path that we can walk together, that would be preferable. But that all depends on Edelgard. If she won't yield, then that's that. If showing pity would put my allies in danger, I will not hesitate to kill her. I ask that you and everyone here prepare yourselves to do the same.
Oh, Edelgard is a stubborn one. I don't think she's likely to surrender.
Rescuing Lady Rhea is my dearest wish. We must prevail no matter what it takes.
Satisfied yet, boy? Everyone made up their minds a long time ago.
Okay, let's get started. We're yours to command, my friend.
All right, 3-man army. Here we go.
Take your positions. The battle is upon us.
If I can actually pull this off and get through this game with this story with the 3-man army, that's gonna be like, I've said it before, but that'll be like my greatest Fire Emblem accomplishment. Like, to have pulled that off. We do see the bigger monsters starting to show up now, though. Petra's out front. A smaller beast and a giant beast. I think we're just going to try to either bolt left or bolt right off the bat. If we go right, there's an archer. Left is all magic. Final room, there's 1 archer. Oh, we're surrounded, so there's magic back here too. Just the 2 archers, though, it looks like. Okay, there's some outside. Well, we'll see how this goes. Left certainly has the smaller of the 2 monsters. They have a similar health bar, though. 71. Correction, no, the left one's health is lower, so we're going to try going that way if we can. Right. Oh, I didn't get a chance to rest and make the sword more usable. That's going to suck. Guys, gonna have to save that then.
Thank you. I was going to say, I want that equipped, please. Okay, swap out this iron lance for another iron lance. Okay. I think that's as good as it's going to get.
They've made it into the palace, but it's actually the perfect chance to turn the tables on them. Defeating them all will turn the tide of war instantly. Taking a risk on dragging us back from the brink is the only option. Everyone, prepare for a bitter struggle. Victory to the Adrestian Empire!
There are more enemies inside the palace than I thought. It's gonna take a lot to bring this situation under control. But if we defeat Edelguard, then victory is ours.
Alright.
The bashful little emperor has locked herself up behind the door of the throne room. The key should be around here somewhere. We need to find whoever's got it and take them out.
Get all the archers and big time characters labeled here.
At the ready. Hold a grudge if you must.
All right, here we go.
A fitting outcome.
Critical hit on the first attack. That's a good start.
Guide me well.
What's my strategy?
We must be protecting the throne room. You will not be getting past. Stay back. I'll protect 80 with my life.
We'll have to take out one of them if we're going to advance. Petra seems like the shortest route.
We don't necessarily have to take either out if they don't come at me.
I wonder how Dedue's doing. I hope I get to see him again.
Yes, that'll actually work.
It's over.
Another victory.
Alright, killer bow, one hit knockout again.
But I must. Much obliged.
I can't be letting you pass. I will defend, and I will be killing all of you. We must clear the way forward. For every person.
You are in my way!
Lucky for us, her critical hit didn't do a whole lot.
So close. Must press on.
That face brings back some memories. It's a shame we don't have time to catch up.
Good time for a secret scheme.
80% chance. Yes. There we go.
Edelguard, forgive me. I can't.
All right, we got a win there.
This should give us a bit more free.
Behold our strategy.
Come on, hit. Perfect.
Professor, I have been thinking about why I came to Fodlan, to the Empire. I am here to be protecting Edelguard, and to be stopping you.
All right, we won the coin flip there.
Edelguard, I will not be keeping my promise. Give me forgiveness, please.
We should be able to get through to the throne room now.
Infiltrators! Kill them! Not so fast!
We missed a 91% chance to hit. Wow.
You shall not survive.
All right, he made up for it with a crit the next time.
Left.
Pathetic. Weak. Pathetic. Weak.
So close.
All right, all right.
A threat eliminated.
To do with a win there. All right.
I'm hurt, but I'm with you.
Strategy in motion.
I was gonna say 49% chance of a critical hit.
A fitting outcome.
There we go.
I'm impressed.
Sorry.
Alrighty.
Our power is yours. Now.
85% chance of hitting. There we go.
Too easy.
My moment has arrived.
And you're dead.
I fought and won.
Ineffective. Pathetic.
That is all.
Alrighty.
I can.
Let's go.
Pathetic.
All right. The dude's holding his own. We're doing actually fairly well over here.
At the ready.
Hold a grudge if you must.
Sorry, but I must. More.
Alrighty.
You defeat me? Left.
Alrighty.
So close.
Ooh, we got lucky that missed.
Weak. Pathetic.
The dude's actually doing really well over there.
Ineffective.
Had to be done. Luck wasn't with you.
Thanks for that.
Alright, we've healed up Claude.
I'll use...
You got yourself killed.
There we go.
I won't allow it.
Nice job, Seth. Uh-oh, a magic user.
More proof of my loyalty.
Alright, heal up Seth.
I must confess, I never imagined that you would be able to pursue me this far. I don't mean to belittle your skills, Professor, but you far surpassed my expectations. Inform the troops. Destroy anyone who sets foot in the throne room.
Ah, we weren't fast enough to save the do.
Your Highness, somehow, you must.
Too easy.
Alright, take this one out.
That is all.
sorry.
All right, good job, Claude. All right, all right. I'm getting hit hard here. Ooh, hang in there, hang in there.
I must pull through. I have faith.
Get the magic user out of there.
A fitting outcome.
All right, somehow that missed me.
Predictable. What's my strategy? Watch and learn. Allow me to demonstrate.
All right, so I took out that magic user.
Guide me well.
Predictable.
Yikes, okay.
I must pull through.
So if I do that, that gets her down to 30. Do we have anything in Claude here that does 30? Yes, okay.
Edelguard, return Rhea. Release
Please
your
hit
grip
twice.
on Fodlan.
If you strike me down, they will return. I cannot permit what you desire. You are a child of the goddess. You must not be allowed power over the people.
Alright, we got both our hits in and no crits from her.
Have I earned no reprieve?
Your ideals. I understand they're not so far removed from my own. But without sufficient knowledge of this land's suffering, I can't entrust Fodlan to you.
Perhaps. I dare say it's true that I don't fully understand the history of Fodlan. Still, I've seen many things in my life. Don't worry. I'll finish the job for you.
My moment has arrived.
And we win. The three-man army wins again.
It looks as though my path will end here.
That was a great idea for the thumbnail there.
My teacher. Claim your victory. Strike me down. You must. Even now, across this land, people are killing each other. If you do not act now, this conflict will go on forever. Your path lies across my grave. It is time for you to find the courage to walk it. If I must fall, let it be by your hand. I wanted to walk with you.
Alright, Edelguard has been defeated.
It's over. We were only able to beat her because of you. This wasn't the conclusion I had hoped for, even though Never mind. It's over now. The important thing is that we won.
Here, boy. A letter. An Imperial General asked me to give it to you.
A letter? Let's see it. It looks like it's from Hubert, Edelguard's vassal.
If you are reading this letter, that means I have perished. As Her Majesty would never surrender to another, I can only assume she has fallen as well. It greatly pains me to think of this coming to pass. That said, as the survivors, I must ask you to settle certain affairs in our stead. You must destroy the threat that slithers in the dark. I am sure you must recall Monica and Tomas. Their allies yet live. They hold deep resentment against the children of the goddess and the people of the world. And they are biding their time until they can exact revenge. If left to their own devices, it is certain they will eventually bring unimaginable calamity and suffering to the world. I detected their sorcery when you took Fort Mercius. I have deduced the location of their stronghold, Shambhala. You will find its whereabouts enclosed. There is no question that they are the enemies of everyone in Fodlan. Do not allow yourselves to forget that. Lastly, while I cannot say she is in good health, the Archbishop resides in a secret chamber in the Imperial Palace. I have shared the location of the entrance to that secret chamber with the person to whom I have entrusted this letter. I believe that Her Majesty will be victorious. Even still, I must plan for her defeat as well. If you wish to lead this world, I challenge you to rise to the occasion and surpass my estimation of you. Such is your obligation as the victors, and the only fitting tribute to all that Lady Edelguard sacrificed.
Hubert, to leave a letter like this behind, you were a better man than I believed you to be. So, Rhea is alive, and the fight isn't over yet. Those who slither in the dark. It sounds like Fodlan will never know peace unless we defeat them. The allies of Monica and Tomas, well, we knew about them already. And they were also responsible for the javelins of light that destroyed the fortress. But who were these children of the goddess who they supposedly resent? There's just not enough information here. I don't suppose there's any chance that this is his idea of a prank. If so, wow, good one. Hubert, rather than writing a letter, you should have just told us before we fought. Right. We still don't know for sure if this letter is telling the truth. Let's go find out.
You have come to save me. Is this a dream? I have longed to see you again, all this time. Is it truly you?
Claude, I can see you have grown into a reliable young man. Thank you for supporting the Professor, and for rescuing me. Surely the protection of the goddess has...
Wait, Rhea. What do you know about the children of the goddess?
Children of... What is this about?
Forgive my bluntness. Someone from the Empire filled us in on a few things. I know it must be painful for us to ask you difficult questions after such an arduous confinement, but we have no choice. We must defeat a secret enemy. Those who slither in the dark. Do you know about them?
Those who slither in the dark?
Apparently, they resent the children of the goddess and the people of the world, and are planning something big, something terrible. They use blood for their wicked magic and are capable of dropping javelins of light from the sky, which are powerful enough to crush a fortress. If you can think of anything at all, please tell us now. We need to know as much as possible about these enemies in order to stop them. This is the critical moment that will determine whether or not Fodlan falls. Can't you see that the time for secrets has passed?
It is true that there is a group of people who have slithered in the darkness and threatened the peace of Fodlan since ancient times. I am sure you have heard the stories of a man named Nemesis.
Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He's the hero to whom the goddess gave the Sword of the Creator.
Nemesis was originally the leader of a group of bandits. He plundered the Holy Tomb and stole the remains of the progenitor god. When Nemesis appeared in Xanadu some time later, he already wielded the Sword of the Creator.
Xanadu, the Red Canyon.
I do not know how Nemesis obtained the sword, or why he appeared in Xanadu, but he used that sword to massacre the people there, the children of the progenitor god. From their corpses he gained even more power, and brought war to Fodlan.
That's completely different from what the legends tell us about Nemesis.
A mere bandit like Nemesis would not have been capable of anything so monstrous on his own.
Aha! So Nemesis had accomplices. And those accomplices must have been those who slither in the dark. They used Nemesis. And this time, they used the Imperial Army to once again bring war to Fodlan. I finally get it. And I even understand why Edelguard was associating with them. Just as they were trying to use the Empire was trying to use them. Rhea, there's still a mountain of things I need to ask you. And I will. But I'll leave all of that for another day. You must be weak after living in confinement for so long. Please, rest for a while. My friend, let's prepare for battle. We need to strike Shambhala as soon as possible.
You must not allow Fodlan's bloody history, the Red Canyon tragedy, to repeat itself.
Alrighty.
It occurs to me that we never got an answer from Rhea about the children of the goddess. She did say that the people of the Red Canyon were the children of the progenitor god, so I suppose so. But those evil guys continued to plot their revenge even after the Red Canyon tragedy. Does that mean some of the children of the goddess, or their descendants, are still alive? Could be. She was talking about what happened in Xanadu as if she was there herself. What are these children anyway? And how are they connected to the goddess? I almost disappeared into the bottomless swamp that is my mind. I thought that after we defeated the Empire, I'd be able to see that sight I longed to see. I've told you about my dreams before. I want to break down the wall separating Fodlan from the outside world. The sight I want to see lies beyond that. Honestly, it's a trivial thing to fixate on. Just people, gathered in their towns, living out their lives together, sometimes laughing, sometimes fighting. But the people living there aren't just citizens of Fodlan. There are people from Dagda, Bridget, and even Dusker and Srang. There could be people who were born in Elmira, or countries even farther east there, too. All of those people living together like it's nothing special at all. That's the sight I long to see. It's so simple, but still so far away. But this is no time for complaining. We need to focus on capturing Shambhala. Let's hurry up and gather everyone together.
So, you mean to tell me that Fodlan will fall to ruin if we leave those guys be?
If this map is reliable, their base is just south of my family's territory.
Remember Monica, the one who killed Gerald, and the old man who was masquerading as Tomas? They were their allies, and the Flame Emperor and the Death Knight were merely their pawns. I believe they were also responsible for the Javelin of Light that destroyed Fort Mercius.
Hold up, boy. Do you really think that we can win against such powerful foes?
I don't know. But we have to try, don't we?
We've really taken on something big. I wonder if our names will go down in history.
They were trying to use the Imperial Army to plunge Fodlan into war, but we nipped that in the bud. Now we just need to tear out their roots. And I know we have what it takes to do it.
Save point. Thank you. Alright, 2 more fights to go. Oh.
Part 2. Verdant Wind. Blue Sea Moon. The city without light. Immediately following Edelguard's defeat, the Alliance army discovers the existence of another adversary, a group operating behind the scenes within the Empire. Claude suspects that if the true enemy is left unchecked, disaster will befall Fodlan, and so he cuts short the celebration and the troops head for Shambhala, where this foe resides.
Alrighty.
I just don't get it.
What's wrong, Claude?
Those Javelins of Light. They were trying to use it to kill us at Fort Mercius, right? But then why not drop it on Garreg Mach? They must have known for a while that we were here.
It is not that they chose to refrain, but rather that they were unable to do so.
Rhea, how are you feeling?
I am well enough. I cannot afford to rest while Fodlan is in danger.
What do you mean when you say they couldn't drop a Javelin of Light here?
Once, a very long time ago, a massive ball of light fell upon this monastery. However, that light mysteriously changed course in mid-air and landed in Aelel instead.
So Aelel is the way it is now because that's where a Javelin of Light fell.
The Holy Tomb is not only the location of the progenitor god's eternal slumber, but also a sacred vessel for a power that repels evil. Supposedly, the progenitor god built the Holy Tomb herself to protect her children from the evil light.
So the children of the goddess gathered in Xanadu because of its proximity to the monastery? But we've fought at distant locations many times.
Then why is it that the Javelins of Light only fell on Fort Mercius?
In his letter, Hubert said that he detected their magic when the fort fell. In other words, because they used a Javelin of Light, Hubert was able to pinpoint the location of their base.
Ah, so they didn't want us to know where their base is, and that's why they didn't use it until now?
In any case, those Javelins of Light must be something they can't just use whenever they want. And they finally decided to use one at Mercius, where they were sure they'd be able to finish us off. It's only thanks to the whims of the Death Knight that we escaped with our lives, and no Javelins of Light have fallen since then.
It's possible that the enemy hasn't yet realized that we've learned the location of their base.
If so, their guard may be down, which makes this the perfect time for a surprise attack.
I will accompany you.
What? No, that would be far too dangerous. Your long confinement weakened you greatly, did it not?
Those people have opposed us since ancient times. I wish to learn the truth about them for myself.
I understand. I will not stop you.
All
But
right.
please take care not to overexert yourself.
We don't know exactly what we're up against here, but having you around is very reassuring, Rhea. Let's prepare to strike at Shambhala before they make their next move.
All right. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed here in a second. I've been up late recording these videos. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally at a spot where I can save. I'm going to save. And we'll continue chapter 21 next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, all that YouTube nonsense. And I'll see you next time with another episode of Fire Emblem Three Houses. All right, see you then. Bye-bye.